What's good, people? It's Ocean here. Welcome back to the podcast. This is episode number 21. Today we've got Versus on the podcast. He's a sick producer from Massachusetts. I stumbled across his beat making videos maybe about a couple of weeks ago, and he just makes the most amazing samples. Very, very unique. And he also has a Type Beat channel where he's been killing it. So I really wanted to get him on the podcast. We have a great conversation in this one. I think you guys are going to find it very, very valuable. So yeah, let's get straight into it.
Ocean gang go drown.
What's good, people? It's Ocean here. Welcome back to the Ocean podcast. Today, we've got Versus. What's good, bro? How's everything?
What's good, man? Wait, I'm just now realizing this. Do you have a goatee?
I have a what?
Do you have a goatee? I swear you had a beard right before.
Literally just did this today. Literally.
Oh, for real?
Like literally a few hours ago. Because you know what happened, yeah? I was shaving, just like to take it down a bit. But then I just went, zzz, and I was like, fuck. Now I've got a big patch. It all has to go. It just all has to go now.
Bro,
so now
funny.
I'm back to this. But yeah. It's gonna have to work for a while.
I interrupted myself. Yeah, I'm good, dude. I'm good. I've been great. Just staying at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm moving into college in a couple weeks.
Nice one.
But yeah, how about you, man?
I'm good, man. Just making music, staying at home, just doing the same thing I always do, to be fair.
Hell yeah. That's dope.
But yeah, man. When someone first comes on, we like to take it all the way back. So tell us about young Versus, getting into music and just growing up in that.
Yeah, word. So I guess the first thing I got introduced to music was because of my parents. Like, they both put me into really good, like, they just threw random things at me ever since I was really little.
Mm-hmm.
When I was like 3 years old, I had piano lessons, and that kind of fizzled out. I kind of got bored of it after like 4 years, I think. And then I think around 8 or 9 is when I picked up saxophone, and I've been doing that ever since. So I have a lot of experience with like jazz and music theory and all that.
Yeah.
And also I started learning the Indian drums. I never like show anybody this. I'm too shy, but but I'm gonna include that, bro.
Yeah, man, you should
eventually.
definitely like do some videos or something with the Indian
Hell
drums.
yeah.
That's very,
Hell yeah.
not many people know about that.
Yeah, I mean, just something completely different. I feel like embracing what's different is just like so important to grow, you know? Like,
Yeah, 100%.
even the fact that you have like a UK accent and you're making UK drill beats, that probably like took you to like another level on YouTube and shit. Like, I don't know. No offense.
Yeah, a little bit. In the beginning, like when I started doing drill beats really, really early on, they would get like they would be like my worst performing videos. It's not until
Damn.
honestly it started getting popular around the end of last year that when I did drill beats, the video started doing well. So it took a
Yeah.
while.
No, that's dope. But where was I? Oh yeah, with India drums. So I got into, and I've been just so into music. Like, my brother puts me on to so much of his favorite music. My friends put me on to so much music. I'm always listening to music, honestly. Like every day, every day in the morning I listen to an album. That's just kind of thing I do.
Oh, what, like a whole album?
Yeah, I listen to album
Wow.
almost every day.
Nice.
But yeah, oh yeah, so I got into production kind of when my cousin was doing it. He lives in California. Shout out Sid. He put me onto FL, and he just meant making beats, like, and I was just super into it. He was showing me his like entire studio setup. He's like a huge like hardware guy. He had like all the like keyboards, synths, and all that shit. So that's what got me into all that. And
Mm-hmm.
um, oh yeah, I made my first beat on my mom's laptop on GarageBand. Shout out my mom. Uh, bruh, like I got yeah, in like sixth grade or seventh grade, we had like a music class and we were using
Mm-hmm.
like GarageBand. Um, and yeah, ever since then, I picked up GarageBand, then I picked up FL, and it's just been a grind ever since then.
Yeah, man. So how long have you been making beats for then?
Yeah, so I probably spent like 1 or 2 years on GarageBand. Then I
Mm-hmm.
probably spent like 5 years on FL. So like
Okay.
ever since I was like 11, which is crazy to think about. And now I'm
Damn.
18. Yeah.
You're super young. Still
Yeah.
super young, but you started really early. Damn.
Yeah. Um
Yeah, man. GarageBand though. I just played around with it before because I got the Mac in it, but it's really terrible, man. It's so limited.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
It's good
literally
for
just like
like
loops and that.
like the dude Steve Lazy. I
Yeah.
think he was using GarageBand for a bit. It's good for like recorded stuff, but like the loops and shit are so bad. Like there's
Yeah.
so many
The
like
stock loops are terrible.
yeah,
I
all the
guess it's
stock
good that if you just
VSTs are
have like
garbage.
if you're gonna record straight audio into it, then like it's calm because
Yeah,
it's your own audio and that.
right. Um and also like there's just some random like cool things you can do. Like it has free auto tune. Um it has like free guitar amps that you can just use if you have a Mac. Uh,
Yeah.
like I know people that just use GarageBand for guitar amps and like just export shit into like FL or whatever. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a good place to start for sure if you're a
Yeah,
beginner.
yeah. I mean it's a good, what do you call it? Entry barrier, low entry barrier, because it's free
Right.
once you get the Mac anyway. So
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure. And all iPhones have it.
oh yeah,
Like
true.
yeah.
I forgot
So
about that. Yeah,
really, if you have like any any Apple device, and there's like Android apps, I'm sure you can make music on anything, honestly.
yeah. I know there's FL Mobile. There's
Right.
an FL Mobile app, and it's actually not that bad. It has the drum
Really.
sequencer and everything like that. I mean,
I haven't tried it.
the only thing that I mean, it is a phone app, so it's gonna be difficult. But like, because you don't have, your Omnisphere, your big VSTs, you only
Yeah.
have the stock ones. It's not great. But like, if you just want to put your ideas down, you can drag in like a melody sample. You're kind of all good to go. To be fair.
Yeah, for sure. Um, but yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
But yeah, you're super young. You was, I guess, just before like the whole quarantine thing. You was in high school.
Yeah, I just
So
graduated this
okay,
year.
nice. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
So
That
how
was a
did you
grind.
balance the whole music and making beats versus school lifestyle? Because I guess like you're in school most of the day, and then you ain't got that much time to make beats.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's definitely tough. It's like having a job, but like
Mm-hmm.
uh yeah, it's honestly just like having a job, but you're less in control of everything. Cause you have parents and all that. But um it was tough. Uh I guess I just managed my time really well.
Mm-hmm.
Um like as soon as I got out of school, I would either just go to my room and just make beats, or finish something, post a video, something like that. Um
Yeah.
and I I wasn't like the best student, but I wasn't failing, so like I just
Yeah.
tried to pass everything senior year, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
cuz before that I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. But like senior year for sure, I was like I'm doing music now.
Yeah.
Um uh and also like I guess making like managing the things that you actually want to do. Like I kind of quit playing video games. I was like heavy into 2K and like COD and shit. Um,
Mm.
like all middle school, like parts of high school. Um, I mean, it's good to have like other hobbies, but like,
Yeah.
and to like enjoy life, like go outside and stuff. But like, there's just so much extra stuff like TikTok. Like I don't know. There's so much extra stuff that you can carve out.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that one. So literally, your day must have been like you go to school, you come home, and you just make beats like for the whole evening, and then repeat.
Yeah,
Damn, man, that's a
almost.
grind.
Yeah, it was a grind, but it was really worth it. Um, and I would like finish homework and stuff too, which is
Oh yeah,
terrible.
true. Yeah.
Um, but
But I'm
I
guessing
mean,
like this whole period of lockdown and that, I'm guessing your schools were shut in the US as well. It's kind of like a big
it
blessing, though.
yeah, it was online, but like it was way less pressure, way less homework and stuff. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, and I was like going out, like I really like hiking and shit, and like um finding new places to like run and walk and stuff. I don't know, like
Yeah.
it was really good for me all around, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I remember seeing on your channel, I think you did a video of where you made like over 30 or 40 grand on BeatStars and you're still in high school.
Yeah.
What because that's crazy for someone who's just like still in school, super young, but basically making a job's salary, like a proper job salary. What was
Yeah.
like people around you thinking? Or even did you even tell anyone?
I mean, I'm not like one to like flex on people.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
I wasn't like telling all my friends like, bro, I'm about to buy some like Gucci or some shit. But like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It kind of just happened. I wasn't like, cause I don't make music for like money. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I just do it cause I really like it, and it just so happened like that happened last year. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and people were just vibing with the music. Um, But it is really weird, like posting a video like that and seeing like kids around my school that I hardly know, like hitting me up, being
That
like,
must be so
"Bruh,
weird, man.
it's so awkward." Like, especially,
Yeah.
bro, I was in a Catholic school where like these, I'm not gonna diss it, but like, they're just like these white boys, like, I don't know. I wasn't vibing with my high school. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah,
fair, man. That's fair.
yeah.
What do your what do your parents think of this? Like doing the whole
Um,
music thing and actually like making money online and that? Because
yeah.
that's a common question that I get from young producers. A lot of their parents are not that supportive, especially like when I was younger. My parents were not into it at all. They weren't like
Yeah.
supportive or anything. So how do your parents see this whole thing?
Yeah, I'm really lucky. Like my parents are super supportive with
Mm-hmm.
what I do musically. Um, so I don't have to like argue with them and stuff. I still argue, but like it's not about like whole concepts of like doing music. It's more like can I drop out after 1 year or like stuff like that. Um,
Mm.
but I got really lucky. I For other people that may not be as lucky with their parents, like um I kind of had to prove it to them cuz I'm like Indian still, and like Indian parents aren't like the most open to that stuff. My
Mm, mm.
parents are more chill, but um I kind of had to prove it to them like 10th, 11th, 12th grade that I could build a following, I could build a brand, I could make money
Yeah.
off of it. Um, yeah, they wanted me to definitely like be the person like designing the software of FL Studio or some shit like that.
I feel
Um,
you, man. Yeah,
Not
yeah,
like the
yeah.
person making music. Um,
Something more like traditional or
yeah,
professional, I guess, isn't it?
yeah, for sure. but it worked out. I mean, I'm still going to college, but it's not like I need it right now.
Yeah.
So
So what was your decision to decide to go to college instead of like going just straight into music?
yeah, well, I've I haven't made like any concrete plans of staying for 4 years, but
Mm.
I'm not gonna say anything bad about it because I haven't experienced it. Um, so I'm trying to just see what the hype is about with college, honestly. And my parents saved up money for it, so like, why
Mm-hmm.
not? Um, it might be like 1 year, like wasted or whatever, but I don't know. It's experience. Um, I'm probably gonna be around people that are still musicians
Mm-hmm.
and working with people in person. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just testing the waters and seeing what happens.
Just dabbling, just to see like what the life is like. I'm guessing then.
Yeah, and it's gonna be in New York, which is like
Oh
perfect
man, that
for
should be a vibe. That's gonna
yeah,
be much more of a hub, I guess, than where you are right now.
for sure. I'm gonna try to make the best out of it, no matter what.
Yeah. So what? Because you were saying that you might stay for a year, see if you like it or something. What would push you to drop out after a year?
Like getting signed or getting like a placement that launches my career in a different direction. Uh, I guess if I don't like college, like I don't like the
Mm.
people there, or I'm not learning anything. But I don't know. I can't knock it if I haven't tried it. Like
Hmm.
I'm
No,
just
that's
gonna
fair.
see what happens.
That's fair. If you get that Drake placement, that's the
Yeah,
end of the college career right there.
that Soldier Boy placement.
Yeah, so what, are you actually
Um,
gonna study music in college then, or is it gonna be something completely different?
no, it's music. It's literally I think the degree is called recorded music. Um, so I'm I'm still gonna be in music no matter what. Like I can't
Hmm.
imagine myself doing anything else at this point. Um, but yeah, did you go to college for music? I'm curious.
Nah, I didn't even go uni. I kind
Okay,
of I wanted to study something completely unrelated to music, and I
okay,
didn't get into university the first time. So in England, you have to take a gap year and reapply.
okay.
I did that, didn't get in again, and I was offered sports science or something like that, something completely different.
You were
And
offered sports science.
yeah,
What does that mean? Like you don't get to decide what you want to do?
no, so basically, I applied for medicine and they said no, but
Oh,
we
okay,
can give you sports science because it's kind of related in terms of like what I studied in what would be the equivalent of high school, what I studied. So
okay.
so you could do sports science, and so initially I said yeah, but in the back of my head I'm like, damn, if I do sports science, like what the hell am I gonna do with that? I'm not even I don't even know, like I'm not even interested in it, to be fair. Like I have
Mm-hmm.
no interest in it. But I said yes anyway. And then it was coming up to September of that year where you're meant to start. And I just said to everyone, like, I'm gonna go to Thailand for a month just to do a backpacking trip and I'll be back in time. But I had no intention
Thailand.
of coming home.
Why Thailand?
Cause at the time I started getting into, this is like a whole story. I started getting into like online entrepreneurship, just making money online in different ways.
Damn.
And for some reason, there was a place in Thailand where all the online entrepreneurs lived. Like it was just a major hub. They would work online and then just enjoy life in Thailand. And I was like reading blogs and stuff, seeing all this kind of like lifestyle and that. So I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I told my mom, I told my dad, yeah, I'm just gonna go Thailand for a month. I knew there was no way I was coming back. I literally booked a one-way ticket and just left.
Damn.
And then I was in Thailand for like the first month, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just not coming back. Like, I'll see you soon.
Wow.
And it just continued like that for a long time.
That's so crazy to think.
Yeah,
So
man.
what were you doing? Like what do you mean by online entrepreneurship? Like were you selling
Yeah,
like products or something?
yeah. So at the time, so I started drop shipping. I don't know
Okay,
if
yeah,
you
I've
heard
heard of
about like
that.
drop shipping and that. So I started a drop shipping store. Um, it flopped on its head, and then I started selling like really random t-shirts online using Teespring, and just somebody taught me how to run Facebook ads. So I'd run the Facebook ads to the t-shirts and just make a profit that way. And it did well for a while. It took off, and it just allowed me to start traveling and just like, I don't know, like living in different parts of the world and stuff. Literally nothing to do with music at this time. Obviously I always loved music, but I just I didn't start making music properly then. I was just like literally on my entrepreneurship, trying to make money online and then traveling.
Dope. Did you like
Yeah.
the lifestyle in Thailand?
Yeah, man, it was a good time. It was sick. It was
Damn.
it was different as well. I don't know. Thailand's very chill. The weather's always good. The food is amazing. It's quite cheap to live. The culture is very like interesting in that. I was heavy into Muay Thai
I've
and
heard of
like
that.
MMA and stuff. So I was doing that often out there as well. So like it
Oh,
was a good experience.
like martial arts?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so tight. Damn.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. I kind of bounced around for a long time, and then I stumbled I kind of stumbled into music again. Well, to be fair, when I was a teenager, I was always into music, like teaching myself stuff, but it wasn't until I was 20, that's when I decided like, yeah, I'm doing music production. So I got
Damn.
into it kind of late, I guess.
No, that's really dope. Like as long as you're into it now, like and you're actually making waves now, especially with producers, that's so tight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, man. I'm glad that everything kind of worked out the way it did, in it. Like
Yeah, for
everything
sure.
came full circle. But I'm definitely like envious of young guys like yourself who just like started at 11, had that vision and just kept on going and going, man.
Nah.
Because
Nah.
you're like 7 years deep into it already, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's wild to think about. I mean, the best thing about like being young is that like I don't have to um like this summer was like the best time I could have had to like get my shit going because like I literally had no responsibilities. Like
Yeah,
my parents cook my food. Well, I cook my food most of the time, but like my parents will take care of my food, like my room. I don't have to pay rent. Like
man,
I'm
that's
just
the
living the
best.
life out here. I'm just
That
living the
is like a
life.
music producer's dream, just
Yeah.
chilling and making music, bro.
Yeah. But I mean, I want to live independently, but
Hmm.
and just get my own shit going. Um, but yeah, it's really tight being young. Everybody that's young out there, take advantage of it.
Yeah, man, for sure. For sure. When you're young, this is like the best time to put in those hours of
Yeah,
just making beats and trying to get better at it.
yeah, for sure. And you just have all the time in the world, like no kids, nothing.
Yeah, no
Like,
responsibilities.
yeah, yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, man. So what made you choose New York? Why New York as a city to go to next?
Um, I mean, it was a bunch of things. Like the program, in the school was just really dope. Um, and it's actually like kind of like pop music oriented. Pop as in like not jazz or classical music,
Mm-hmm.
like mainstream, I guess, kind of music. Um, and it's just like all around um good for music, like entrepreneurship. It covers business, like engineering, production, like working with artists, all that stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
writing, all that shit. So I thought I would be a good fit if I had to pick a college. because my parents want me to go to college.
Yeah.
But and New York is just like, I visited there for a while, and I just love the energy. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was just super inspired there. There was just like all these people in like Washington Square Park, just like performing and like just having fun. Like I just love the
Yeah.
energy there. You know, I don't
You
know
know,
how
for
it's gonna
sure,
be
man.
with COVID. I don't know if it's gonna be the same city, but we'll see. I'm not sure.
Mm. Yeah, man. Because I don't know how it is in the US, but in England, it seems like things are kind of going backwards again. It was
Mm.
getting better for a while, but now, yeah, it's kind of like, what's the word? Regressed. And now
Yeah, yeah,
certain places are in lockdown. Like the city that I'm in, we're on like I want to call it a halfway lockdown where you're not really meant to meet people and stuff like that. You kind of just have to stick to hanging out with only people you live with. Yeah, man, it's still a weird time. Things are shutting back down and that.
yeah,
So hopefully, I mean, things get better. Hopefully, like in New York, where you're gonna be, it's gonna be that you're gonna be able to experience it properly instead of it all being shut down again.
for sure. Are you like big into like the UK music scene? Like I'm super into like cultural scenes, you know, like
Mm,
Atlanta, Chicago, like New York, LA,
yeah,
like all those scenes. Like are you into UK
yeah, a hundred
artists
percent.
and stuff?
Yeah, 100%. Do you listen to anyone?
Uh I mean like actually no, a lot of them are from New York with the UK
Mm,
drill vibe, but like if you name some I might be able to tell.
yeah, man. There's so many guys in like UK drill who's killing it right now. Because UK drill is it's becoming like the most popular music, I'd say. It's getting very
Yeah.
commercialized. Guys who are killing it, probably like Heady One. He just had a track with Drake.
Yeah, I heard him.
There's Lowski, there's Dig That. The biggest UK artist right now could be a guy called H. Maybe you've heard of him.
Yeah, I think I've heard of him.
He's got
I
like a
actually
very
fucked.
distinct accent.
I really messed with that Heady One song with Drake. That song's so
Oh
good.
yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, nah man, it's sick. Heady One killed it.
yeah,
Drake
for
too,
sure.
but Heady One killed it.
Yeah, yeah. And people were like, I don't know how well you know the song, but like, people were like, um, saying how like Drake's flow was whack. I was like, that's the coolest stuff I've ever heard in a song, dude. Uh,
I see what like when I first heard it, when I first heard Drake's flow in it, I was thinking like, oof, I don't know if he read this one well. I
yeah,
don't know. I'm not too sure. But then like the more you listen to it, the more you kind of see what he was trying to do.
yeah,
Some really like
it,
complex flows on a drill beat, but
yeah. It's I don't know. He's doing something new. Like all those guys are just evolving the sound. I've really messed with people doing that.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
But Drake is really like pushing drill, man. He's really like helping to push drill mainstream as well. This is probably like his third or fourth like big drill song.
Yeah, he had War, right? And then
Yeah.
he had one more. I forget.
He had the
But
one on
yeah.
his on that last mixtape or album that he
Yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, that's so dope. Like Drake is really good at like people can hate on him for whatever, but like he's so dope for like putting on smaller artists and
Yeah, man.
like he put on Lil Baby, he put on like
He's put on
uh
so many people. So
Party
many
Next
people.
Door, all those guys. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
And he like pushed dance hall to the mainstream and like there's so much stuff he's done for
For real,
like
man.
music in general. It's dope.
Literally, if you get like that Drake cosign or the Drake placement or something, that's life
Yeah,
changing right there.
for sure.
That's a
Yeah, he's
different
running
level.
music, honestly.
Yeah. Did you see the new video that he just dropped
Yeah,
with Lil
yeah.
Durk?
The laugh. What is it
Man.
called? Laugh now, cry. What is it called?
Yeah.
Yeah, laugh now,
Laugh
cry
now, cry
later.
later.
Yeah, that's with
Crazy, man.
Yeah, Lil Durk. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. Is there much of a Boston music scene or rap scene?
Yeah, thank you for asking, dude. I'm so into the Boston scene.
Oh yeah.
Me and my brother stan like Boston artists so much. Like I have a whole playlist
Mm.
just dedicated to Massachusetts artists. Yeah, like if you want to get into the Massachusetts scene, like Cousin Stiz, this rapper, is like the head of all of like Boston. Um, he had a show at the House of Blues I went to, which was like absolutely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there's some really really dope like underrated artists with like less than 1,000 monthly listeners that deserve so much more recognition. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's this whole group Van Buren who's so dope. Um, they also performed there, and then Conus is super dope. Um, Luke Bars is part of Van Buren. There's a lot of really dope dudes that people need to listen to. Saint Leor too. Fire.
Sick, man. Well, out of all those names, the only one I've heard of is Cousin Stiz.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
he's
he's
quite
like
big
the
in it.
biggest. Yeah. And he's blowing up on TikTok right now, which is crazy.
Oh, sick.
Um, yeah. But yeah, I've worked with Conus. There's this dude. Oh yeah, Luke Bars. I am working with Cousins to his producer T Watt.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some other dope guys that I probably missed, but shout out to you.
Nice, man. Is that something that you really want to like push, like get involved in the local
Yeah.
scene and keep working with everyone who's coming up?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm super into like I'm not even super into like getting placements. Like I mean, it might help my brand or whatever, like having like a little Tekka placement or something.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know. I just really fuck with working with like small artists and building them up. And then like I don't know, those are just so much more genuine connections.
Mm-hmm.
And like the fact that you actually love their music even though they're not popping, like it's just so genuine compared to just like getting placements, you know.
Yeah, 100%. It's like a different connection when it comes to making the music when you actually like really want that person to do well. I feel like there's a big
Yeah.
disconnect with just sending beats and sending samples sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a good way to do it and there's a bad way to do it. Like if you're FaceTiming, like I FaceTime artists probably every day,
Mm-hmm.
like that I really fuck with, like um that I've released music with that has like less than 1,000 streams or whatever. Like I don't really care about the streams as much as I do like the music that gets made.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's just like one of my passions. I don't know how other people feel about it, but I really like doing it.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's definitely like a good way to go. Just building locally and building with the people around you. Just coming up with
Yeah.
like an artist.
Yeah.
But I
for
guess
sure.
there's like a good balance to have with that and the internet as well. It's like
Yep.
spreading
For sure.
spreading your wings, I guess.
Definitely. Um yeah, the internet opens up so much shit for like forming community. Um I don't know how great it is. I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing when it comes to like making music where people are just sending each other like these generic beats and like I don't know. I feel like people aren't making sounds like um cultural like sound like how do I explain this? Like there's a reason why like Atlanta has a sound and there's a reason why like Chicago has a sound,
Mm.
UK has a sound. It's cuz like people are actually working with each other in those places, not just like sending beats to a person across the world.
I see what you
Um
mean. Yeah, I see what
but
you mean. I guess
there's advantages and disadvantages.
yeah, 100% for sure. I guess like the reason why I like the internet. Well, it's not like I don't like the internet versus working with people or anything like that. But I think like a great
Yeah, yeah,
advantage of the internet is just you 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 kind of have access to everyone. Like there's people
yep,
literally in, like, if you look at like Ozzy in Switzerland or the German sample makers, they're in their small towns, but still able to get it
yep,
cracking, still able to get their samples out there. And I mean, like, it's only possible with the internet, really.
yep.
And I think that's
And
like
like,
really sick to see.
yeah, 100%. Like, I'm just this kid. I'm just this kid out of like some random town in Massachusetts, and I got Timbaland to flip my sample. I
Bro,
got
I
like
saw that.
Static
That was
Selector to flip
sick,
my
man.
sample. Bruh, like that could not happen without like the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it also like humbles you. Like those people are just human. Like it's not like they're crazy gods. Like they're just regular people,
Mm-hmm.
but they have all this stuff behind them. You know?
Yeah, man. I mean,
Yeah.
that's something that I see you do a lot. You make a lot of samples and that. Um,
Yeah.
is that like a lane that you want to move into, of just like making sample loops and sending them out and stuff like that?
Yeah. Um. Uh. I guess my goal with samples, and let's just start with samples. Actually, like samples, it's just to get my foot in the door, to get as many connections as I can,
Mm-hmm.
um, and to just like, cause I don't know. For me, like the music that gets put out with those samples isn't like the most meaningful to me for some reason. Cause like I'm not the person in there making the music. Like I'm just this person in the background, you know.
Mm.
Um, but it's really dope. Like for starting connections, like so much shit wouldn't happen without um the samples I make. I've only released 2 packs and it's brought so much opportunity. Like that's crazy
Yeah,
to
man.
me.
Um, I'd say in a way, it seems like this year, maybe last year as well, some samples for producers has been like the thing. Like everyone wants to make samples and loops and send them out. Um, what's kind of like your advice for, if you have any advice for like young producers who are watching this, on like making samples and then getting them out to other producers?
Yeah. Um. So definitely your samples have to stand out. Um. Like nobody just wants to hear the same Omnisphere bells and like the same Nexus
In
pads over
memoriam.
every sample. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
this shit is just like oversaturated in a way. I mean, it still gets placed. Don't get me wrong. Like every Lil Keed song has some kid, who's like 16 in his bedroom. But um, like I don't know. I've found that like my samples are super jazzy. Like I play all my instruments on like every sample.
Mm-hmm.
That's also super underrated. Like if you play an instrument, like
Bro,
there's
100%.
so many producers that play like instruments like straight up and they don't use them like ever. They just, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's the
It's a
craziest thing to
it's
me.
a
Guitar players that just never
yeah.
play guitar on their
Yeah.
beats. That is such
Yeah.
a
It's a
skill.
huge leg up. Yeah. It's like that takes years of experience to get a guitar and
Yeah, man.
any instrument honestly. Um Even simple stuff like just playing your keys instead of clicking them in. Like I like you can definitely click stuff in and get it to sound really really good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, but like I don't know.
There's a,
There's just
I
certain
think
things that you can do
there's like
to
a
be
feeling,
unique.
a different feeling that
Yeah.
comes from when you actually play the keys, and like that's been a big game changer for me. Actually, just picking up instruments and
Yeah.
playing everything. Like as you said,
Yeah.
nothing's wrong with penciling in midis and stuff, but there's certain patterns that you get when you play that you might not think about when you're penciling in. Because penciling in is very, you use your ears, but it's almost like calculated. Whereas when you play it, it's
Yeah.
more of just the feeling.
Yeah. Like for sure. Um when you play something you know I mean, there's ways to just not know what you're doing, but like um I feel like when you click stuff in, it's almost more random. Like you're just going with the flow, as opposed to like if you're playing something, you really have to listen to it. You really have to feel it out. You have to like think about what you're doing instead of just kind of going autopilot. But I don't know. Some people are incredibly good at that. Like Nick Mira, I don't even get what
Oh
he
yeah,
does.
man, he's so quick with it.
Yeah.
He's so fast at just clicking in notes and making a whole melody like that.
Yeah, it's wild. It's, I guess, like different ways to make music.
Yeah.
And both have their advantages and disadvantages.
Would you say playing the saxophone has been like a major, what's the word? Advantage when it comes to making music for you?
Yeah, I'm just like it took me way too long to realize that. Like, getting good at the saxophone probably is the one thing that separates me from other producers. Cause like, no, there's some really good guitar VSTs out there, like some really good flute VSTs to get your stuff sound good. But I've not heard one saxophone VST
There's
that
none.
actually sounds like a
I've been
saxophone.
searching. There's none,
No,
man.
there's none. It's just cause like it's such a like the tones that come out of a saxophone are just like way different than any other instrument. And I played saxophone on like I'd say like 90% of my samples for that reason, because just nobody else can do it.
Yeah.
And it just sounds, I love playing the saxophone. Just super expressive to me. You know.
Yeah, man, that's just like your unique flair to your style, having that saxophone on there. I feel you on that one, man. I've gone through so many different saxophone VSTs, and I literally can't I don't make any samples with saxophones because there's no good VSTs. I try and put as much reverb, try and spice up with some RC20 maybe or some reels. It's just not coming out the same way, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. It honestly shocks me that they can get like, I saw this one producer like make a guitar beat, and it was like strumming a guitar, and it was like so realistic. Like, I don't know how they do that stuff with like designing VSTs, but they cannot get a saxophone, whoever designs those. So
yeah. I think it's probably just too complex, the way how I don't know what the technicalities of everything is in a saxophone, but it's probably just too complex. Because even with the guitar, there are some good guitar VSTs, and with the right effects, you can make it sound super realistic. But just as a straight dry guitar VST, there's not really something that sounds like a guitar if I pick it up. You have to source it up.
For sure. Nothing sounds like the real thing. And also, like, I see you like learning guitar and like learning bass and stuff, and like you might not be like Jimi Hendrix or whatever, but like I don't know, it's super important to just like learn. I still take like three lessons a week, like a saxophone and a flute lesson, a guitar lesson, and Indian drums lesson, just cause like, and I pay for them.
That's a lot.
Because like you can be like, I don't know, you can be making $1 million a year, and you can't just like, I'm of the mindset that like you just can't stop learning because you have enough money or have enough skill.
100%.
There's just always more to learn,
especially in music. You will never ever stop learning.
I don't think so. I don't think I'm ever gonna stop taking lessons or whatever. It's just me though. I just like learning new things.
No, that's facts right there. Literally every time I go and practice the piano or something, I'm always just figuring out something new, whether it's just like a new chord pattern or this note sounds sick with this one. it's almost like infinite possibilities. You'll never
Yeah.
stop, which is the fun thing
Yeah.
about it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Going off of that, like, um, my favorite thing is when the thing that surprises me the most is when that I genuinely learned something new from every single lesson. Like I watch piano tutorials as well. Like I learn something almost every single time I have one of those lessons. Um, and then I apply that, and then whatever I'm making on FL Studio will have a little bit of that, and then the next time I make a beat, will have a little bit more, and then like I don't know, you just get way better, and it
Yeah.
just completely shows in the music, which is dope.
Yeah, man. It's all about that progression. Just little bit, little bit. You
Yeah,
might suck at the piano right now, but play that every day for a year, half an hour. After that end of the year, you're gonna
yeah,
be way better than when you started. And but
for
that's with
sure.
everything, man. That's with playing instruments, making beats, outside of making beats, whatever you do, you just have to
Yeah,
be, I don't know if it is the same for you, but consistency, man.
yeah. The human brain is just super good at learning things with consistency. Like, like your ear develops by a thing that's like never talked about is just how your ear develops with learning. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I might think, like, for example, like I was playing my mom this lo-fi beat like a while ago, like a year ago probably, and like she was telling me about how like the hi-hats are like off or something. She was like the click sound is like a little bit off, and I was like, no, like that's like part of the swing of the beat, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
it's supposed to be off. Like I don't know, it's just like about and the thing that separates like that differentiates like our ears is just like I'm used to hearing the off kiltered hi-hats because I listen to like Jay Dilla, I listen to like Flying Lotus,
Mm-hmm.
um but maybe she doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, and the same thing goes with playing piano. Like I think these two notes sound good together, but maybe like a normal listener who listens to like Katy Perry and like I'm not gonna knock any artists other than Katy Perry, um, but like maybe they don't hear those notes and think it sounds good. Um, it's just like music is really weird
Mm-hmm.
in that way, you know?
No, yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah,
That's why it's good to just take in everything and just have an open mind, listen to music from here, music from there. Just especially if you're gonna be creative and make your own music, it's good to just get a wide palette, I guess.
for sure.
I guess that's
Yeah,
probably why you listen to
100%.
an album every day, man.
Yeah, no, like it does so like I'd recommend that to anybody that
Yeah.
even just wants to get better at music, or like it helps like way more than you'd ever imagine. Like I mean, I just love listening to music, so that's like 90% of the reason. But then like if you really listen to music, like just sit in your bed and put your headphones in and don't look at your phone, it's a way different experience than just like driving and listening to music, or
Mm-hmm.
like studying and listening to music. Like it's way 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 different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You pick up so much more.
When you do that, are you literally just going on Spotify and choosing a random album, or are you going, I don't know, like how do you find the album to listen to? What's your process for that?
Well, I'll have like Spotify and I'll just like albums as I go.
Mm-hmm.
So I have something to listen to. And I repeat albums all the time. Like one week I was just listening to like Drunk by Thundercat 7 times. Like
Mm.
straight up because I just love that album. Um but it'll either be like my friend recommends me something and I'm like I'll peep it, and then or like I'll watch like the needle drop, or like some random review channel give something like a 10 out of 10 and I've never even heard of it, And I'm like, okay, there has to be something here. Or like someone posts something on their story and they're like, this album is fucking great. I'll just be like, all right, let's see what's here. And sometimes like it's wild. Like I was watching this channel the other day that was just that gave like an emo black metal album like a 10 out of 10. And I was like, what? Like this? And I listened to it the first time and I was like, what is this? And it's just like this like wash of like distorted like fucking grueling ass guitars and like this man fucking screaming like for an hour straight. I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know. Music is so weird, dude. Like I don't get how people like certain kinds of music and then completely hate other kinds of music.
Yeah, man.
It's so weird.
For real. What's some genres that you absolutely love and absolutely hate?
I don't even know if there's anything I absolutely hate. Obviously, I love hip hop. I love jazz. And then what else? I was listening to a lot of reggae for a bit. I was listening to some like old soul music. I have not really gotten much into like classical music. I just think it's way too boring for me right now, and I can't really like see what's interesting about it right now. But I might get into it. I don't really like metal. I like low key kind of like country.
Country's fire.
There's some good
there's
country
some good
albums.
country
Others,
songs.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Just be open to new stuff, I guess. What about you? What do you bump?
Man,
What's on Ocean's playlist?
it changes all the time, but like I'd say not my favorites, but music that I absolutely love is like, I don't know if you know this. This is very UK. It's called UK Garage. It was really popular in the early 2000s. I love UK
Okay.
Garage, man. That's like,
What is that?
it's how can I describe it? It's like two-step, a lot of sped up samples maybe, and
Oh,
it kind of sounds almost clubby, housey. Like it was very party-ish music back in the early 2000s.
bet.
Like, I love that.
wanna-
I love hip hop, of course. I grew up on reggae,
Yo.
house. I love like indie and punk rock as well. Honestly, as cliche as it sounds, I love everything. The only genre that I don't really like is EDM.
Bro,
I can't
I'm
I
gonna
can't
have
listen to EDM,
disagree
man.
with you there.
I
Bro,
appreciate it though because those guys
No.
are crazy. Those producers.
I used to have your mindset, and bro, it completely 180'd for me. Like, dude, when you're like in the car with like 5 of your homies and you're just blasting EDM at like 12 a.m., it's a different mood, dude. Like, I don't know. It's wild when like shit like drops that hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I like everything around EDM, like drum and bass, dubstep, but EDM, going into a club and I'm hearing EDM, I'm like, nah,
Okay.
man, I'm trying to leave right now. I can't do it.
Yeah.
But the music,
respectable.
the drops and like how they produce and everything is amazing. That's so
Yeah,
intricate,
for sure.
man.
Like the amount of time and intricacy and like little nuances you have to put into like a full-on EDM song. It's just like
For real, man. I was
they
speaking
they really care about it.
I was speaking to an EDM producer, Fabian Mazur, and he was telling me like guys will spend 3 or 4 weeks on just one song, like one part of a song, because they literally
Yeah.
crafting sounds in like Serum and building synth sounds from the
Yeah.
ground up, building every single sound. And when you see, what do you call it, like their project files, there's so many different layers because it's just one sound here,
Yeah.
one completely sound here. It's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
That creativity is insane.
That's what bugs me when I see like all these huge producers like preaching like simplicity in beats. Like, yeah, I'll give it to you, like 99% of the radio right now is just like really simple stuff, but like there's so many places you can go with making music, you know? Like
For real, man. There's
like
literally no rules.
EDM, like there's no rules. Like just do whatever you want. And like I don't know, making like the same kinds of beats, it's just like I don't know, it's just not for me,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Like I just love experimenting and doing all that kind of stuff. I made an EDM song the other day, deadass.
How did it turn out?
And it was kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I'll play that for you guys one day. But um,
That could be
I don't know.
the
It's
next
fun.
move, DJ versus.
Have my own sets. Yeah, bro.
Bro, so this might sound like a weird question, but if there is like a dream placement or a dream collab, who would you want that? Who's top of your list for that?
Oh, that's hard.
What's that one
Like
guy, if you
there's a
get that
bunch of
placement, you're dropping out of college?
like something like that. Um, I mean, more so than a placement, if I just get to work with them, I get their phone number, or like, like I get to make an album with them. Like, fucking, who would it be? Well, obviously Kendrick or Kanye.
Mhm.
That's I'm out of the country if I have to. Um, and collabs. Definitely Madlib, Flying Lotus. Um, like Pharrell for sure
Oh yeah,
for
100%, man.
me.
That'd probably be my
What
my
about
dream
you?
collab. Pharrell for sure, man.
Yeah. What about placement?
Man, that's a tough one. I mean, obviously I'd love to have a Drake placement, but like if there was someone that I'd really like to have a placement with, it would honestly be someone like Skepta or Tyler the Creator.
Oh
And
hell yeah.
also because those guys produce most of their stuff, they rarely take. I think Tyler
Yep.
might produce everything, but Skepta produces most. So if you can like land a placement with
Really?
him, then that's really something special.
Yeah. Just working with I feel like just being in the room with Tyler would just be like crazy.
Oh
Like
man,
just
for
seeing
sure.
how he doesn't document any of his shit. Like he doesn't show anybody how he makes music.
Yeah, man.
I
Imagine if
don't.
he done a YouTube
He's
channel,
on a
it'd be
different,
over.
bruh. Yeah. That's why I'm super into like your guys' shit. I watch all you guys, all the YouTube producer scene, which is wild.
Yeah,
Um,
man. The same here, man. I watch a lot of. Sorry, one sec. I watch a lot of channels as well, man. Just because I'm always learning. You can always learn in it.
yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
Like,
is that something that
and it's
you
just
want to
cool.
take? Oh no, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. That's cool.
Yeah, because
I
you've
forgot what I
started
was gonna say.
your second YouTube channel where you upload more like videos of you making beats and that. Is that something
Yep.
that you want to like keep pushing and do more of?
Yeah. Well, I guess I kind of wanted to structure my channel so it was not like it was just stuff I really wanted to do. Like I wasn't I wasn't really interested in like making tutorials and like making like informative content. I just don't find it like fun for me. Um
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want just to be like like a look into like my creative process when I'm like making music. Um and like a little bit of like me talking, but like more so just how I make music, cuz I really like I really enjoy watching other people making music, like just seeing the behind the scenes of everything. Like I watch so much YouTube, um all the all the behind the scenes, like Pharrell beats, like Kanye beats, all those like Ryan Leslie videos, all those shits.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
and if
now that you said
I'm not
that,
even like super. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if you stumbled across it, but there's it's like the behind the scenes of when Justin Timberlake was making his first album, and there's like hours upon hours of
Oh
footage of Pharrell in the studio, and the Neptunes in the studio just making
no,
beats and stuff, and Timberland as well. All the behind the scenes from back then. It's literally about 10 hours of content, man.
damn,
That's definitely worth checking out.
damn. I think I've seen clips of that. Like it's definitely familiar, but now I need to see 10 hours of that. Thank you. Um, but what was I saying? I think I was saying, yeah, I'm not even like super into like editing and making like making thumbnails, like all that stuff. Like I'm
hmm
just like I'm definitely gonna hire an editor and all that stuff. It's just like not my passion. It's like not what I enjoy
hmm
doing. I really like putting out content, but like um my main passion is just making the music, you know.
Yeah,
Um but yeah, it's dope seeing like the whole community. Like all the guys reached out to me who's found me so far. Like Chris Punsalon, you, Kyle, Lifestyle, all you guys, super welcoming, which is so dope.
yeah, man. That's the good thing because I feel like the YouTube producer community is still kind of it's really not that big. It's quite small. Like everyone, even if we don't know each other, we've all seen each other. You know,
Yeah,
so it's like yeah, man, it's still growing. It's still got so much potential to keep growing and that.
for sure. Um, it's just super dope seeing like the people I was watching like 2 years ago, learning from. Um, like seeing Mai's videos of like him going to Hollywood, like laughing along with that shit, and now he's
Yeah,
like working with me on shit. Like
that's
that's so
insane,
tight.
man.
Um, yeah. Uh, but I don't know. I'm just um dipping my toe in everything. What's the saying? Putting my I don't know what to say.
Like
I'm just trying
dipping your
out a
toe in
bunch
the
of different
water,
things.
something like that.
Yeah, dipping my
Yeah,
toe in the water. Whatever the shit that quote is. Um, trying sample making, posting beats, beat making videos, instrumentation, everything.
hmm
Just seeing what works, what I like doing, you know. Yeah.
for real, man. So, what would you say is your goals in this? Like if you, how can I word this better? What are you trying to accomplish? What's your goals in music production?
Um. I'd say I have like two main goals. Um. So first would be definitely having like a house or like just a studio place where like me and a bunch of artist producers just hang out. There's homies and we're just making music, like building each other up,
hmm
learning from each other. Um, like that's a dream place to be. Um, like not even working with crazy big artists. I mean, if they want to come through, sure, but like just having fun with it, making just dope music. The second, um, I've always been super into like service because like my mom, she runs like a language school for a nonprofit. She does a bunch of service stuff,
hmm
so I definitely want to do like a music school for like kids, underprivileged people, like anything. Um, that's down the line from now,
hmm
but like it's definitely something I want to like accomplish. I've always been super into like teaching, um, but yeah, I'd say those are the two goals
That's
for
awesome,
me.
man. That's
What
sick.
about you?
Um, I definitely wanna build with artists. I definitely wanna get placements with artists and really just build with a few artists and just help them be the best they are musically. Just make them make the best music and hopefully it does well. and get loads of placements. I'm not gonna lie, like I really want to start getting placements. I don't think I'll ever get to the point where I've mastered the craft, if that makes sense. But I do want to be at a
Yeah.
point where my music is just on another level, you know,
Yeah.
where, yeah, man, like I'm sick at all different instruments. I have like an amazing ear. If I want to make this kind
Yeah.
of beat, then bam, like I can make it just like that with my twist, and it sounds sick. And honestly, just keep growing, just keep enjoying this whole YouTube thing. Just make it as big as it can get, really. I love making content.
Yeah.
I love making videos, so just keep growing it as big as it can get.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's like a dream. It's a dream job. Like literally working on music to pay for food and pay for rent. Like that's a
Yeah, man.
crazy
That
concept. That can never happen like 100 years ago, which is wild.
for real, man. There was
Um,
so many gatekeepers and everything, and now with yeah, man, it's a blessing. I'm proper grateful. Like sometimes I literally, honestly,
yeah.
sometimes I literally think that and think like, whoa, like it's possible, and it's super possible
Yeah.
with the internet and everything and all the opportunities that is out there now. You literally only just need your laptop, and you're good to go.
Yeah. It it literally feels like points. Like I get like a $50 PayPal notification. It feels like I got 50 points. It doesn't even feel like money. I don't know. I don't
I
know if
know what
that's
you're
just me.
saying,
Like,
bro. I know what you're saying. This it's almost like a video game. It's almost
yeah,
like literally a video game. Like the more you progress, the more money or whatever things start building up, and then you can invest in this. You can try this. It's literally like a video
yeah,
game.
yeah. It's so weird. Like I'm just sitting here with like a few screens, and I can just like make a living off of that. It's such a wild concept if you really think about it.
Yeah, man.
Like, and like thousands of people see that, but I don't even like know that they're there.
Oh man.
So it just looks like numbers and like it just looks like numbers and like points when it's like actually like money and people,
People,
which
yeah,
is
for
so
real.
weird.
For real, man.
Yeah,
I definitely see that.
yeah,
But yeah, man,
yeah.
where
It's a
can
blessing for
people
sure.
find you
Like,
if they don't know where to find you? Where can they find you, basically? I worded that in the worst way
yeah,
possible.
you're good. Versus Beats on YouTube to find my beats store and buy beats and everything. And Instagram versus Beats, and then versus WYD for my tutorials, beat making, all that stuff.
Oh shit.
Oh, you're good, man.
Okay, my
Hello.
bad, bro. I can't hear you. 1 second.
You're good.
Okay, now I can hear you. I think my headphones died.
Oh, damn. Oh, wait, I think. Give me 1 sec.
I'm just gonna plug in my other headphones. Completely died.
Alright, there we go. Oh, shit.
Cool. Can you hear me?
Yep, you can hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you perfectly now. My bad, man.
Alright.
Yeah,
No,
what
you're
was
good.
you saying? Yeah, so if people don't know where to find you, where can they find you?
Yep. So it's Versus Beats on YouTube to find my beats, and Versus Beats on Instagram to find my Instagram, and then Versus WYD to find my beat making tutorials, all that stuff.
Awesome, man. Thank you for coming on the podcast, man. I really appreciate it. And that's about it for this episode. Big thank you to Versus for coming on. Had a sick conversation. Go check him out on YouTube, on Instagram. And if you enjoyed this episode, as usual, just screenshot yourself, listen to it, tag me on Instagram at PopByOcean, and I'm going to be reposting everyone. And yeah, that's it for this one. Until next time.